That's how.
Rick Rubin for the win, the fur, and the video on the hot track.
You didn't fall in love then.
Don't start a story. They're gonna write that.
All right, so congratulations on the wedding. It was a huge wedding. We saw pictures.
I was in love a long time before that.
The most extravagant celebrity weddings. $1 million venue, hundreds and thousands of flowers. When it comes to celebrity weddings, money is no problem. Even if some of those marriages didn't last, at least they made it to our list of the most extravagant celebrity weddings. Starting with the Brad-Jen wedding. Okay, anyone else completely forget this wedding even happened? Seems like a fever dream. Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston married on July 29, 2000 in a private wedding on the Malibu beachfront. They were one of the most famous couples in Hollywood at the time, so it's no surprise they went ahead and had an extravagant wedding in 2000. According to reports, they spent approximately $1 million on the entire thing.
It was beautiful.
It's the first marriage for both. How do you think they'll go?
I think it's going to last. I hope it does with the amount of money they spent.
$1 million, if you got it, go ahead,
Which included ordering over 50,000 flowers. According to insiders, Aniston came down the aisle in a silk and satin gown by Lauren Steele, led by her father, Days of Our Lives star John Aniston, while Pitt waited in a 4-button Hedi Slimane tuxedo, bearing a pair of diamond and white gold wedding bands that he helped create. To this day, public images from Pitt and Aniston's wedding remain few, and honestly, that's pretty rude, considering many of us were waiting for our invites. It was the hottest ticket in Hollywood at the time, prompting them to spend $100,000 on security alone. What's more, guests had to sign NDAs, and there was no air movement allowed above their venue. The wedding ended up costing $1 million, but sadly they parted ways in 2005.
That's outrageous. I can't even figure that amount of money at all.
In keeping with their request for privacy,
I'm sure it's gonna go really well. They've been together for a little while now and they look gorgeous together.
No, I don't think it'll last.
Beyonce and Jay-Z. Beyonce and Jay-Z, hip-hop and pop royalty who married in 2008, have only recently unveiled never-before-seen images from their wedding day. The ceremony was reportedly held at Jay-Z's 13,500 square foot Tribeca apartment, which was decked with 70,000 dendrobium orchids, brought in from Thailand, and attended by approximately 40 of their closest friends and loved ones. Beyonce avoided costly wedding gowns in favor of a gown created by her mother, Tina Knowles Lawson.
Well, we met a long time ago. Award shows, a lot of different performances. See, was me.
That's how.
Rick Rubin for the win, the fur, and the video on the hot track.
Beyonce and Jay-Z's luxurious and ultra-private wedding was lavish, as one might expect from a celebrity couple worth well over $1 billion combined. And unlike some celebrities who've invited hundreds of people to their wedding, Bey and Jay simply invited a few dozen of their closest friends and family. Talk about keeping it low-key. But low-key in no way meant frugal. Those flowers we just mentioned, yeah, Jay-Z reportedly spent $8 million on those 70,000 white dendrobium orchids that were flown in fresh from Thailand for the wedding, in addition to a whopping $5 million on the Crazy in Love singer's engagement ring. All that in a no phones allowed policy? Ooh, need a minute.
What's up? Gangster?
You saying that that's how you like it?
When you live your life so out in the public, you know, your music and your life is on display.
Celine Dion and Renee Angelil. Celine Dion reportedly promised Renee Angelil that her wedding would be the grandest spectacle she had ever organized. On December 17, 1994, a 24-year-old Dion married her 52-year-old partner and longtime manager Angelil at the Notre Dame Basilica in Montreal. Side-eye, I know.
You didn't fall in love then.
Don't start a story. They're gonna write that.
When she was about 17, 1985.
Anywho, Dion walked down the aisle with her 20-foot-long trail and a 7-pound tiara adorned with 2,000 Austrian crystals. There was a gigantic French profiterole cake served during the reception, and guests were dusted with fake snow as they entered the reception area. Very Canadian indeed. Speaking of Canadians, this wedding was actually broadcasted on TV for them. It was nothing short of a royal wedding for our Canadian friends.
For the Eurovision contest, 1988.
Lucky country for us. A little stop.
And everything changed.
I was in love a long time before that.
Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas. Don't know about you, but this was our multiverse of madness. Disney and Bollywood colliding? Neat. The wedding of Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra on December 1st, 2018 was nothing short of extravagant. No money was wasted for their Royal Palace wedding site or their Ralph Lauren attire.
All right, so congratulations on the wedding. It was a huge wedding. We saw pictures.
The couple reportedly spent $500,000 on their wedding celebrations alone, which lasted a week. Yup, Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas reportedly spent $800,000 on a multi-day wedding celebration in Jodhpur, Mumbai, and New Delhi, India. They were married in both a Western and a Hindu ceremony, and there were numerous banquets and other gatherings. One of the biggest price tags came with booking of the entire Umaid Bhawan Hotel, which apparently cost more than $400,000 alone.
Usually Indian weddings are like 1,000 people at least. We had only 200. For an Indian family and an Indian wedding, for sure, that's like less.
Sofia, Richie, and Elliot Grainge. Now let's talk about a recent wedding that's taking TikTok up by storm. It's being called the most expensive wedding of 2023, and we'll tell you why. Elliot Grainge and Sofia Richie married on April 22, 2023, in an uber luxe ceremony in France, after becoming engaged last year. Given their respective wealth, it's no surprise that the couple went all out for their wedding. Elliot and Sofia's wedding had many lavish components, but the location may have been the most expensive, as the pair chose to marry at the Hotel du Cap Eden Rock in Antibes, France. According to sources, the couple paid around $1.5 million to hire out the venue for the weekend. The most affordable room there is like $2,300 per night, while a junior suite costs $3,750. While the hotel's most expensive lodging is its villa, which costs $32,000 per night. Do the math, people. Then the pair ended their wedding festivities with a special fireworks display, which cost about $20,000 or more. Needless to say, Elliot and Sofia did not make a cheap decision with that. The bride also chose to collaborate with legendary fashion label Chanel to design her bridal gowns. It's unknown how much the model spent on that, or if it was a promotional collaboration. Then she might not have even had to pay. However, custom designer gowns can easily cost tens of thousands of dollars, so Sofia's looks were definitely pricey. Plus, this wasn't the only Chanel dress she wore. Yup, she wore another custom-made piece for her reception, and another for her rehearsal dinner. The model has already been seen wearing her new wedding band, which is a heavy yet sleek silver band. She wore it alongside the 6-carat emerald engagement ring, which Elliot proposed with last April. Even though the price tag of Sofia's wedding band is unknown as of now, her engagement ring is reputedly worth $800,000. So you're looking at a full set of rings that is estimated to cost $1 million. Cool, 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 cool. Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello. The stunning Sofia Vergara knows how to party. After all, her guests needed IV drips to recover. Yup, after her wedding to Joe Manganiello, the guests were treated to some much-needed hydration in the form of IVs. Maybe a traditional fry-up in some water would have done the trick, no? The pair married on November 22, 2015, at the Venetian Ballroom at the Breakers Hotel in Palm Beach, Florida, in a 3-day blowout that was rumored to cost $3 million. The extravagant event featured fairy tale decor and a celebrity guest list that included Reese Witherspoon, Channing Tatum, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Sofia's Modern Family co-stars. It took 18 hours to transform a ballroom into the beautiful ceremony location, which included stringing hundreds of flowers and orchids. Another ballroom was filled with crimson rose towers and tables topped with 4-foot candelabras. In her custom hand-embroidered gown by Zuhair Murad and $7 million drop diamond earrings by Lorraine Schwartz, the Modern Family actress looked every inch the queen. Kim Kardashian and KRIS Humphries. Ah, the wedding that lasted a whole of 72 days. Guess what? It cost $10 million. Bet bills were still coming in after they signed those papers. It was a match made in hell, doomed from the very start. But hey, that didn't stop Kimberly from having the wedding of her dreams. Kim Kardashian and KRIS Humphries dated for a total of 6 months before marrying, only for Kardashian to realize on their honeymoon that this wasn't it. And get this, the couple did not have to foot the bill for their special day. Well, most of it. Production from the Kardashian family's reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians took care of that. Ugh! They covered the expenses, and Kardashian was given 3 Vera Wang bridal gowns, each worth $20,000. The couple exchanged vows in front of 400 guests, including Serena Williams and Ava Longoria. It's estimated that the floral decorations cost a staggering $2 million, and the food served at the reception cost $750,000. Back then, Caitlyn Jenner is allegedly said to have secured a $1.5 million deal for exclusive rights to her wedding snaps. Smart way to cash it in, eh? Plus, the Layer and Black wedding invites were reportedly $10,000, while the cake from Hanson's Cakes stood at $6,000. Then the Las Vegas bachelorette party pad she slept in at the Palazzo Hotel cost $2,000 a night. Oh, and the NBA player fiancé is alleged to have gotten a big discount on his $2 million Lorraine Schwartz engagement ring. The most extravagant expense, though, was Kris Jenner's wedding day facelift, which cost $50,000. I said what I said. But wait, let's not forget the KIMYE wedding. Even though Kim and Ye's messy divorce gave us some quality drama, the couple were very much in love at the time of their wedding and didn't skimp on spending one bit. Don't take our word for it, listen to this. A $500,000 gown, the $400,000 venue, and the $7,000 7-foot cake. Sounds extravagant, all right? KIMYE are said to have spent $12 million in total on their wedding, including private jets, hotels, and the whole weekend shebang. More than $409,000 went on their wedding site, which was Fort de Belvedere, a 16th century fortress in Florence, Italy. Of course, Kardashian chose a $500,000 Haute Givenchy wedding gown made by Riccardo Tisci. Strutting down the aisle in her Balmain heels costing $40,000, Kim made quite an entrance. Oh, and guess what? Kanye's engagement ring cost considerably more, with some estimating that he spent close to $8 million on the stone. Yup, the one that got stolen in Paris. Even the couple's 11-month-old daughter North wore Givenchy, a slightly less expensive small version of Kim's gown, while her musician father wore a Givenchy black tuxedo. By the way, Kim's couture was apparently so valuable that it was given its own hotel room at the 5-star Villa San Michele Hotel.
Kanye is coming over today with his stylist, and he's giving me a full clothing makeover.
Did you look through my stuff? No, not yet. You haven't even seen my closet? Not yet.
And the reality star was also determined that her guests looked their best for the wedding, hiring a glam squad to perfect their hair and makeup, a service that's estimated to cost $65,000. In true KIMYE fashion, the ancient venue was given a lavish spin, and the famous couple spent way extra on upgrades like lighting. There was a huge 20-foot wall of white flowers, including white roses, peonies, and out-of-season bushels of tuberose, which cost the couple $136,000 and were created by one of the city's oldest florists, Fiori della Signoria. Andrea Bocelli, who charges between $136,000 and $1.3 million each concert, was on hand to sing Cante Partito and Ave Maria as Kim walked down the aisle.
And I think it should, because that's, you know...
Like, I know these are really
I was like,
I know.
What about this joint right here?
It's a dog bag now.
How's that for extravagant, huh? Let us know in the comments which celebrity splurged out the craziest things according to you. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.